Hello, my name is Sam. I am a student. I learn English. I want to speak English well. This is my story. You can read my story. You can learn English with me. I live in a small town. My town is quiet, but there is no English school in my town. I want to learn English. I want to speak with people. I want to understand movies and books. I decide to go to the city. The city is big. Many people live there. I go to the city by bus. I take my bag and my notebook. I feel a little scared. I don't know many people in the city. But I want to learn English. I find a small English school. The school is nice. The people are friendly. I go to the school every day. I meet my teacher. Her name is Anna. She is kind and funny. She speaks slowly. I understand her. There are other students in my class. They come from different places. We all want to learn English. We speak a little English. We help each other. We laugh and we talk. Our teacher says, "Speak English every day. Do not worry about mistakes." She says, "English is for speaking. English is for people. You don't need to study grammar all the time. We play games. We tell short stories. We listen to music. We talk in English. We don't use big books. We don't study hard rules. We use English like a real language. I speak more and more. I feel happy. I understand better. I make new friends. I am not scared now. The city helps me. The school helps me. My teacher helps me. I help myself. I go to the city to learn English. I use English every day. I speak. I listen. I smile. I grow. Chapter 1. My first job in the city. I go to school on Wednesday. The weather is nice. The sun is shining. I feel happy because I will start my job tomorrow. I want to tell my teacher about the job. I go to class early. Some students are already there. I say hello to my teacher. I say, "I found a job." My teacher smiles. She says, "That is great news. What is your job?" I say, "I will work in a cafe. I will be a waiter." The teacher says, "That is a very good job for English practice." I smile again. I feel ready. The lesson starts. We speak about jobs. Every student talks about their job or their dream job. One student wants to be a nurse. Another wants to be a driver. I say, "I want to speak English better. My job can help me." Our teacher asks us to talk in pairs. I speak with a student from Brazil. His name is Leo. Leo works in a shop. He helps customers. He also speaks English at work. He says, "At first I was shy, but now I feel good. I speak with many people." After the lesson, I go home. I think about my first work day. I feel a little nervous but also excited. I want to do my best. I want to speak well. I read some words about cafes. I read cup, plate, menu, order, table. I write the words in my notebook. I say them out loud. The next day is Thursday. I wake up early. I take a shower. I wear clean clothes. I go to the cafe. The cafe is small but nice. There are many chairs and tables. Some people are eating. Some people are drinking coffee. I meet the manager. She says, "Welcome. My name is Lisa." I say, "Hello, I am Sam. Nice to meet you." She gives me a short training. She shows me how to take orders. She shows me how to clean the table. I listen carefully. Then I start work. A man comes to the table. I say, "Good morning. Can I help you?" The man says, "Yes, I want a coffee and a sandwich." I write it down. I say, "One coffee, one sandwich. Thank you." I give the order to the kitchen. I feel a little slow, but I try. After some time, I feel better. I say more words. I speak with more people. Some people speak fast. I don't understand everything, but I ask, "Can you say it again, please?" The people are kind. They speak slowly. I learn many new words. I learn napkin, tray, bill, change, customer. I see these words many times. I don't write them down. I remember them because I use them. My teacher was right. Using words is a good way to learn. I finish work in the evening. I feel tired, but I feel proud. I speak English for many hours today. I speak with customers and with workers. I don't understand every word, but I understand a lot. I go home and I think about the day. I say the new words again. I say them out loud. I say, tray, bill, napkin. I smile. I like this way of learning. The next day, I go to school again. I tell my teacher about my first day at work. She says, "You did a great job." Other students ask me, "How was it?" I say, "It was good." I spoke English all day. It was hard, but I liked it. We speak about work in class. Our teacher gives us a short reading about cafes. The text is easy. I understand most of it. Some words are new, but I can guess the meaning. I enjoy the story. I read it again at home. I follow the method. I read every day. I work in the cafe. I use English. I learn words by reading and speaking. I don't study hard. I don't write long lists. I just live in English. After 1 week, I know many new words. I can say full sentences. I speak with confidence. My teacher says, "You are improving fast." I feel happy when I hear that. Learning English is not easy, but when you speak and read every day, it gets easier. I learn from school. I learn from my job. I learn from people. Chapter 2. My first day. Speaking with customers. I learn because I use English, and I enjoy it. When you want to learn English, don't be afraid. Speak, read, listen. Use English every day. That is the best way to learn. It is Thursday. Today is my second day at work, but this day is special. Today, I will speak with more customers. I want to speak clearly. I want them to understand me. I think about what our teacher told us yesterday. She said, "Repeat after native speakers. Do shadowing." In the morning, I practice. I open a video on my phone. A man is speaking in English. He speaks slowly. I listen. I repeat after him. I try to speak like him. I move my mouth the same way. I try to sound like him. This is shadowing. I do it for 10 minutes. I feel ready. I go to the cafe. My manager is happy to see me. She says, "Hello, Sam. Are you ready for today?" I say, "Yes, I am ready." I smile. I feel good. I want to practice speaking. I take the menu and read it again. I say the words quietly. Sandwich, coffee, tea, cake, juice, salad. I say each word slowly and clearly. I remember the video. I try to copy the sound. Then the first customer comes. It is a woman. She says, "Hello." I say, "Hello, good morning. Can I help you?" She says, "Yes, I want a tea and a piece of cake." I say, "One tea and one piece of cake." "Thank you." I repeat her words. I use the same rhythm. She smiles. She understands me. I feel proud. My pronunciation is better today. I speak slower. I open my mouth more. I don't feel shy. I remember our teacher said, "Speak. Don't worry. Use English every day." More customers come. I speak with each one. Some people speak fast. I don't understand everything. I ask, "Can you say that again, please?" They say it again, slowly. Then I understand. I also listen to my coworkers. One worker is from Spain. He speaks English well. I listen to how he says the words. I try to copy him. He says, "Here's your coffee." I say the same words when I give coffee. I practice all the time. During break, I sit with another worker. His name is Marco. He is from Italy. We talk in English. He says, "Your English is good." I say, "Thank you." I practice every day. He asks, "How do you practice?" I tell him about shadowing. He says, "That sounds interesting. I want to try it too." After work, I go home. I feel tired but happy. I worked hard. I spoke a lot of English. I think about the day. I say some words again. Coffee, sandwich, juice. I look in the mirror. I speak to myself. I move my mouth like in the video. I want my pronunciation to be better. On Friday, I go to school. Our teacher asks, "Did anyone try the shadowing technique?" I raise my hand. I say, "Yes, I did." I used a video. I copied the words. I did it before work. The teacher smiles. She says, "Very good, Sam. Did it help you?" I say, "Yes, I feel better." I speak with more confidence. Other students want to try too. We practice in class. The teacher plays a short video. We all repeat after the speaker. The voice says, "Where are you from?" We all say, "Where are you from?" The voice says, "I'm from Mexico." We say, "I'm from Mexico." We all laugh. It is fun. We learn and enjoy at the same time. The teacher says, "You can do shadowing at home. Just 10 minutes a day. Use English you like. A video, a podcast, a song. Just listen and repeat. Your mouth will learn new sounds." After the class, I go to football training again. I speak English with the other players. We speak about football. We speak about school. We speak about food. I learn many new words, and I speak more clearly now. I see that shadowing works. I want to do it every day. It is simple. It is useful. I learn by listening and speaking. When I go to bed, I listen to a short story in English. I repeat after the speaker. I don't worry if I make a mistake. I just try. I speak more. I learn more. My English is better every day. When you want good pronunciation, listen carefully. Repeat what you hear. Move your mouth. Don't be shy. Speak English every day. Chapter 3. My speaking practice with a friend. On Friday, I go to school again. I feel excited. I want to try the new technique, thinking aloud. I want to practice more speaking. I want to speak better and more fluently. In class, our teacher talks more about speaking. She says, "To speak English well, you must speak a lot. The more you speak, the better you get." Then she says, "Today we will learn how to practice speaking in a simple way." One student asks, "But we are not in England forever. What if we go home? Who do we speak to?" The teacher says, "That is a good question. When you are in your country, you can still practice speaking. I will show you how." Our teacher says, there are 3 good ways to practice speaking. First, you can speak with a friend. Second, you can speak alone. Third, you can speak online. Then she looks at us and says, "Today, we will practice with a friend." She puts us in pairs. My partner is Leo from Brazil. We sit together. The teacher says, "Now speak. Ask simple questions. Answer in full sentences. Speak for 5 minutes." I say, "Where do you live, Leo?" He says, "I live near the school." "And you?" I say, "I live with a host family." They are nice. We continue to speak. We ask each other more questions. What do you eat for breakfast? What do you do after school? What is your hobby? We speak slowly. We help each other. I like this kind of speaking. It is easy and not stressful. The teacher walks around and listens to us. Sometimes she helps with a word. Sometimes she corrects our sentences. After 10 minutes, we stop. The teacher says, "Good job. You just had a real conversation. This is real speaking practice. You can do this every day." Then she gives us a small paper. On the paper are many small topics. For example, family, food, free time, weekend, travel, home, work. The teacher says, "Now take one topic. Speak about it for 2 minutes. You can do this alone or with your partner." I choose the topic, free time. I speak. I say, "In my free time, I play football. I also watch English movies. Sometimes I go to the cafe. I like music. I listen to English songs." My sentences are short, but I speak without stopping. This is good practice for me. Leo speaks next. He talks about food. He likes cooking. He likes Brazilian food. He speaks slowly but clearly. I understand him. After class, I walk home. On the way, I try the thinking aloud technique. I look at a shop. I say, "This is a shop. It sells clothes. I like the blue shirt." Then I see a woman with a dog. I say, "The dog is small. It is white. The woman is walking it." I speak quietly. I don't care if people look at me. I feel like I am talking to myself. I like this. It helps me practice English. I don't need anyone. I can speak anytime. When I get home, I do the same. I look at my room and say, "This is my room. It is small. I have a bed. I have a table. I have one window." I speak slowly and clearly. I think in English and say my thoughts out loud. In the evening, I speak with my host family. They ask me, "How was school?" I say, "It was very good. We spoke a lot. I practiced with Leo. We asked each other questions." They smile. They say, "That's nice. You speak more now. Your English is better. I feel happy. At night, before sleeping, I look at the ceiling and think aloud. I say, today was a good day. I learned new things. I spoke with a friend. I used English outside. I am learning. These are simple words, but they are my own words. I speak them clearly. The next morning, I go to the cafe. I work there again. I speak with customers. I say, good morning. What can I get for you? They tell me what they want. I listen. I answer. I feel better than before. My English is more natural now. I don't need to think too long. I just speak. I understand now. When you want to speak well, you must speak often. Speak with friends. Speak alone. Speak online. Speak in your head. Speak aloud. Speak every day. Speak without fear. When you want to practice speaking, just speak. Chapter 4. Learning Grammar. The Easy Way. On Saturday, I don't go to school, but I still want to learn something. I remember what the teacher said about grammar. She said I don't have to study grammar rules if I want to speak. I only need to read and listen to English. That makes me feel good. I make tea and sit on my bed. I open my book. It is an easy English story. I read one page. I understand most of the words. Some sentences are new for me, but I don't stop. I read again. Then I read the same page out loud. I try to copy how the speaker sounds in my mind. I don't study grammar, but I see how sentences are made. I see how words go together. I see the right order of words. This is very helpful. One sentence is, he is working in the cafe. I think, why is working and not just works? I don't open a grammar book. I just remember that this sentence is talking about now. Maybe this form is used for actions happening now. I read more. I see another sentence. He works at the cafe. This one is different. I think this one is about a normal thing. It is not just now. Maybe that's the difference. I don't try to remember rules. I just notice. I learn by looking and reading. I enjoy the story. I learn grammar without pain. In the afternoon, I go to work again. I speak with a customer. He says, "Can I have one tea and one piece of cake?" I say, "Yes, of course." I repeat his sentence in my mind. Can I have? That is a polite question. I like it. I want to use it too. Later, I practice it alone. I say, can I have a coffee? Can I have the menu? Can I have a break? I smile. These are real sentences. I can use them at work and in life. When my work is finished, I go home. I visit the grammar website again. I choose level 1000. I read the grammar rule. Present simple. I read a few short sentences. The rule is easy. The examples help me. I see that it is used for things that are true every day. Then, I open the rule present continuous. I read the examples. I am eating. She is watching TV. They are working. I now understand what I saw in the book. I learn by seeing examples. I don't study the rule. I read and understand the meaning. On Sunday, I meet Leo. We go for a walk in the park. I tell him about grammar. I say, I am learning grammar by reading. He says, me too. I don't study grammar. I only read books and do shadowing. My grammar is better now. We speak about our week. I use new grammar. I say, I am working at the cafe. I like my job. I talk to customers. I learn many things. I speak with confidence. I don't stop to think about grammar. I just speak. Leo says, your grammar is good. I say, thank you. Reading helps me a lot. In the evening, I read another story. It is about a girl who wants to travel. I enjoy the story. Again, I see correct grammar in every sentence. I don't stop. I read and understand. The next day in class, our teacher asks, what did you do this weekend? I say, I worked at the cafe. I read a book. I practiced English. She asks, did you study grammar? I say, no, but I saw grammar in my reading. I understand more now. She says, that's great. You are learning in the best way. I feel happy. I don't need to sit with a grammar book. I don't need to write long rules. I learn by reading, listening, and speaking. This way is easy. This way is fun. When you want to learn grammar, read books, listen to stories, speak with people. You don't need to remember all the rules. You only need to use the language. Grammar will come. When you want to learn grammar, use English. Read, listen, speak. Grammar will follow. Chapter 5. How to Test Your English. On Monday afternoon, I go home after school. I feel good. I know now how many English words I understand. I know my level. I know how I can learn more. This is all very useful for me. In the evening, I go to the website again. I look at my result. It says, I know 2,100 words. That means I am in level 3. I feel happy. I did not know this before. Now I understand that my English is better than I thought. Then I call my friend Leo. I tell him about the website. He says, that's great. I also want to know my level. I give him the name of the website. He takes the test. After 10 minutes, he calls me back. He says, I know 1,900 words. I am very close to level 3. I say, that's very good. You will learn more words soon. The next day we go to school. Our teacher asks, how many of you did the test yesterday? Almost everybody raises their hand. Our teacher smiles. That's great. Now you know where you are in your learning, and that helps you learn more. One student asks, can we take the test again next week? The teacher says, yes, but it is better to wait 1 month. Then you can see real progress. If you do the test every week, you will not see big changes. Another student asks, what is the best way to learn more words? Our teacher says, the best way is to read a lot and listen to English. You already know that. But now, you can also use the website to see how many new words you learn every month. She adds, some of you will learn 100 new words in 1 month. Some of you will learn 300. It depends on how much you use English. Leo asks, is it bad if I only learn 50 new words in a month? The teacher says, no, that is not bad. Every word is important. If you learn 50 words, you are better than last month. Step by step, you will grow. The most important thing is to keep going. I feel good when I hear that. I think, I can learn 100 new words next month. I will read more. I will listen more. I will do shadowing. I will also use thinking aloud. After the lesson, I talk with Monica. She tells me she does the vocabulary test every month. She says, it helps me stay motivated. I can see progress. I know that I learn something new every month. I ask her, how many new words do you learn each month? She says, sometimes 200, sometimes more. I read English stories every day. That helps me a lot. I decide to do the same. I go to the school library. I find a small book. It is an English story for beginners. I read one page. I understand most of the words. Some words are new. I use my dictionary. I learn 3 new words. I write the new words in a small notebook. I write the meaning too. Then I say the words aloud. I make 1 sentence for each word. This helps me remember. At home, I read the same page again. This time, I understand all the words. I feel happy. I want to read the next page tomorrow. I want to learn more. The next morning, I go to work at the cafe. A customer asks, "Can I get a cappuccino, please?" I say, "Of course." 1 cappuccino. I smile. I notice that I understand everything he says. I also notice that I speak clearly and with more confidence. Later, I think about my English 1 month ago. I was not so confident. I didn't know many words. I didn't know how to practice. Now, I speak more. I listen more. I read more. I even test my English. I understand now. Learning English is like building a house. You add 1 brick every day. Every new word is 1 brick. Every new sentence is 1 step. Every small test shows you how strong your house is. I decide to test my English again next month. I want to see how much I improve. I want to learn 100 more words. I want to feel stronger in English. When you want to know your level, take a test. When you want to see progress, take the test again next month. Use the test to guide your learning. Test your English to see how far you've come. Chapter 6. How to handle mistakes. On Tuesday afternoon, I think about what our teacher said. Her words help me a lot. I often worry about my mistakes. I don't like when I say something wrong. But now, I understand that mistakes are normal. Everybody makes them. Even my teacher, who speaks English very well, makes mistakes when she speaks Spanish. In the evening, I go to work. I try to speak with customers more. I say simple things like, "Hello, how are you?" Or, "Would you like sugar?" One man asks me something I don't understand. I feel a little afraid. I say, "Can you repeat, please?" He smiles and repeats slowly. Then I understand. I say, "Ah, yes, 1 coffee with milk." I give him the coffee. He says, "Thank you." I feel happy. I made a small mistake, but I still understand him, and he understands me. That evening, I tell my roommate about the mistake. My roommate is from Brazil. She is also learning English. She laughs and says, "I make mistakes every day, but I don't care. If people understand me, I am happy." I like her attitude. I want to think like her too. The next day, I go to school again. We start the lesson by speaking in pairs. My partner is a boy from Turkey. His name is Kem. He speaks slowly, but he tries hard. I listen to him. Sometimes he makes mistakes, but I understand him. Then I speak. I also make mistakes, but Kem listens to me, and he understands too. After the lesson, we talk outside. He says, "It's good to practice with someone who is not afraid of mistakes." I smile. Yes, I agree. Our teacher is right. Mistakes are part of the process. Then he says, I read one short story every day. I also read aloud. It helps me. I say, that's a good idea. I want to try that too. He shows me the story he reads. It is only one page. The words are easy. I decide to read the same story at home. That evening, I read the story aloud. At first, I say some words wrong. I stop and try again. I say the sentence slowly. I listen to how it sounds. I repeat. The second time, it sounds better. I feel proud of myself. Then I do 5 minutes of shadowing. I use a video with English subtitles. I repeat after the speaker. Sometimes I cannot say everything fast enough, but I don't stop. I say what I can. I know I will be faster with more practice. I remember what the teacher said. She said that when we were children, we didn't worry about mistakes. We just spoke. I think that is a good idea. Children don't care. They learn fast. Maybe we can learn fast too if we stop caring about small mistakes. The next morning, I speak with a new customer at the cafe. He says, "Can I have a sandwich and a tea?" I say, "Yes, 1 sandwich and 1 tea." Then I ask, "With milk?" He laughs and says, "No milk in the sandwich, thank you." We both laugh. I feel a little embarrassed, but he is friendly. I laugh too. This is a mistake, but I enjoy the moment. I remember the advice. Focus on ideas, not mistakes. I gave him the correct order, and we both smiled. Later that day, I write in my notebook, mistakes are okay. I learn from them. I speak. I learn. I improve. I read these words every day. After school, I talk to Monica. She says, "You speak better now." I say, "Thank you." I still make mistakes. She says, "We all do. That is part of learning. Don't stop." I say, "I won't. I want to keep going." At home, I read another story. I read it aloud. I write 3 new words. I try to use them in a sentence. I make one mistake, but I fix it. I feel better every day. Every mistake is like a small step. I learn 1 step at a time. Now, I don't feel afraid to speak. I just speak. If I say something wrong, it's okay. Next time, I will say it better. When you want to speak English well, you must not be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are teachers. They show you what you need to practice. Keep speaking. Keep learning. When you want to get better at English, accept mistakes. They help you grow. Chapter 7. How to remember words. On Thursday, I go to school again. I sit next to Tim. He says, "I liked the lesson yesterday. I didn't know that learning a word has so many steps." I say, "Me too. I always thought that when I forget a word, it means I'm not good, but now I know it is normal." Our teacher starts the lesson. She says, "Today we will speak more about remembering words. Yesterday we spoke about the 5 phases. Today I will give you some tips on how to go through these phases faster." She tells us that it is good to meet new words again and again. The more we see or hear the word, the faster we can move to the next phase. She gives us this advice. If you want to remember a new word, read a lot. The word will come back to you in different texts. Also, watch videos or listen to podcasts where people use natural English. You will hear the same words in different situations. This is very helpful. I raise my hand. I ask, "Is it good to write the word many times?" The teacher says, "Yes. For some people, writing helps. But don't write the word alone. Write full sentences. Use the word in a sentence that is about your life. For example, if the word is remember, you can write, "I want to remember all new words." It helps your brain connect the word to something real. Then she gives us another idea. If you see a word and you want to remember it, try to use it when you speak. You can speak with a friend or think aloud. Even saying one sentence is good. She says that this is very important. Use easy sentences. You don't need to speak like a book. Use the words you know and the new word together. For example, this coffee is delicious. If delicious is a new word, now you use it in a real sentence. After the class, I walk home. On the way, I see a sign on a small cafe. It says, "Try our delicious cakes." I smile. I just used this word in class. Now I see it again. It is like magic. In the evening, I try to remember some new words I saw during reading. I choose 3 of them. I look up their meaning again. Then I say one sentence with each word. I don't try to learn too many words. I want to learn just a few, but really well. I remember what the teacher said. Don't worry about forgetting. It is normal. See the word again, and it will come back to you. I also do a short shadowing session with a video. I repeat what I hear. I hear the word hurry in the video. I know this word. I heard it before. Now I understand it better. I say, I hurry to school every morning. I say this sentence 3 times. At night, I go to bed and think about the new words. I don't remember all of them. But that's okay. I know that tomorrow I will see or hear some of them again. I know I am in the process. I move step by step. The next day, our teacher gives us a small game. She says, I will say a word. If you know it, write one sentence with the word. If you don't know it, write a question with the word and ask someone in the class. We all enjoy the game. I write a sentence with the word enjoy. I write, I enjoy learning English. It is a simple sentence, but it feels good to use the word. Then I ask a classmate about the word borrow. She says, it means to take something for a short time. She gives me a sentence. Can I borrow your pen? I remember this one. I write it down. After school, I go to work. A customer comes in and says, I'm in a hurry. Can I have a sandwich quickly? I hear the word again. It is in real life now. I smile and say, yes, of course. This word is now in phase 5 for me. I can use it. When I come home, I think about how I learn new words. I write in my notebook, see the word, hear the word, use the word. Then you will remember it. When you want to remember words, give them time. Let your brain meet the words again and again. Don't try to remember everything at once. Just keep reading, listening, and speaking. The words will stay with you. When you want to remember a new word, meet the word many times. Use it in your life. This is how you learn. Chapter 8. How to Improve Listening. On Friday, I go to school again. The weather is cold, but I feel good. I think about yesterday's lesson. It helped me a lot. I now understand how important listening is for learning English. Our teacher starts the class with a short video. It is a video from a reality show. People in the video speak simple English. I understand almost everything. I feel very happy. After the video, our teacher asks, "How much did you understand?" Some students say, "A lot." Some say only a little. One student says, "I understand the words, but they speak too fast." Our teacher says, "That's normal. You need more practice." Then she writes something on the board. She writes, "Listen, understand, speak." She says, "These 3 things go together. If you listen a lot, you will understand more. If you understand more, you will be able to speak better." She tells us a story about one of her old students. His name was Marco. He was from Brazil. When he came to England, he didn't speak much English. He couldn't understand people. He was shy and afraid to speak. But he liked music. So Marco started to listen to English songs every day. He listened for 30 minutes. He listened on the bus, at home, and during lunch breaks. Sometimes he didn't understand many words, but he didn't stop. After some time, he understood more. After 3 months, he started to speak much better. The music helped him a lot. Our teacher says, you can do the same. You can listen to music, to podcasts, to audiobooks. Listen every day. You don't need to understand everything. Just keep listening. It will help. Then she gives us more advice. She says, choose what you enjoy. If you like football, listen to football podcasts. If you like cooking, watch cooking videos in English. When you enjoy the topic, you listen more. And when you listen more, you learn more. I like football, so I decide to search for some football podcasts when I go home. One student asks, what if I don't understand anything? The teacher says, start with easy materials. Use English at your level. Listen and read at the same time. This helps your brain understand faster. Try websites like www.newsinlevels.com. They have news in easy English with audio. You can also find stories with sound at www.thelittleprinceinlevels.com. These sites are great for practice. I write down these websites. I want to try them tonight. Then we do a short listening activity. The teacher plays an audio recording. A man is talking about his job. We listen, then we answer some simple questions. I understand most of the story. I feel proud. After class, I talk with chemistry. He says, I will try to listen more every day. I like cooking videos. I say, I will listen to football podcasts. In the afternoon, I go to work. I think about the lesson. I remember the words, listen, understand, speak. At work, a customer talks to me. I understand him better than last week. I answer with simple words, but I speak clearly. I feel more confident. At night, I go home and try www.newsinlevels.com. I read a short news story and listen to the recording. I understand many words. I read and listen again. The second time, I understand more. I do this for 30 minutes. It is not difficult. I actually enjoy it. Before sleep, I watch a short video about football in English. I don't understand everything, but I try not to worry. I remember what the teacher said, focus on what you understand. I think this is a good way to learn. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to listen a little every day. On Saturday, I plan to listen to one podcast and one news story. I also want to try one English song. I will find the lyrics and read them while I listen. Now I know that listening is a big part of learning. I don't have to sit at a desk. I can listen anywhere, on the bus, in my room, or when I go for a walk. I feel excited. I want to listen more and learn more. English is not so hard when you enjoy the process. When you want to be good at listening, listen for 30 minutes every day. Enjoy what you hear. Let the language become a part of your life.